Started with 500, on my way to a meal, closed over 100 deals. Can't change us. It's the game changers. It's the game changers.
You want to ask yourself every single day, am I doing everything possible to reach that goal? Don't get too far of yourself. Stay in the moment, stay grounded, and continue to push every single day. Welcome to the Game Changer Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Bryant, and we got a special guest with us today.
Yes, sir.
We got Peter.
My God.
What's good, bro?
What's good with you?
You know, a lot of people have been waiting for this one, so let's bring it back to the beginning. You know, talk a little bit about your upbringing and where you from.
Well, I'm from Kentucky, the city part of Kentucky. I know a lot of people when they hear Kentucky, they think in the country.
That's what I think.
That's what everybody be thinking. But I'm from the city part. Growing up, I was in a lot of extracurricular activities, whether it was sports, basketball, football, soccer, you name it. I was in it. But outside of sports, my mom made sure I was in, learning a different language, playing the drums, playing the piano, all kind of different stuff. So as a kid, it was a whole lot of different things going on.
I mean, seeing you like with your family, you just came back from a trip with your family in Puerto Rico. Like y'all are like really close.
Yeah.
Were they like your mom and dad? Did they always was together? Like
yeah, they've been together, man, since I was of course since I was born, but they've been together since they were 16, 17 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're now 50 and 51, but so they've been together for 35
plus years.
They locked in. They locked in. So yeah, I was able to see that family dynamic. It's a blessing. They've been married for 25 plus years. So yeah.
Did you have any like hustles growing up?
Hustles growing up. I want to say the main thing when it came to getting money, I didn't really get into getting money until I was like in college. But like high school, it was strictly basketball. Like I may have had a job here and there during the summertime, like at McDonald's or Kroger, like a grocery store or something like that.
Yeah.
But when it came to making money, it was always there. But I loved basketball too much. I had a hustle back in elementary school where I went to this private school. Funny story. At the private school I was at, a lot of like the lacrosse players, a lot of them come for money. So what I did was I told them I'd charge them to like carry their lacrosse bags from school to the locker room before their games. So I'm making $5-10 per bag just doing that.
Wow.
It was a funny thing, but like funny story, man. One of the kids, we're in fifth grade, right?
Yeah.
Fifth grade. One of the kids only had a $20 bill. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. But I ain't got no change, though. You know what I'm saying? So, funny story like that.
He was okay with it.
He was okay with it because, he come with money. But, yeah, the opportunity to get money was always there. But, yeah, it didn't come more until, like, college. So
okay. So let's talk about college because, I had Gibbs come on. And he was talking about his transition. Well, while he's in college, he ran up a huge bag in crypto.
Yeah.
And then he was also saying that, like, you was his mentor.
Yeah.
Like, and you was telling him, like, yo, stay in college, get that degree.
I had to.
So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so he hit me up because I had already graduated when he had tapped in. I think it was a crypto called CHZ, and he was telling me about, and he had hopped in where it was, way less than a penny, and it ran to like 70 cents. You're talking like 200x, 300x, something crazy like that. And he was sending me the screenshot. He was 150,000. I said, "Man, that's crazy." Next morning, 250,000. I'm like, hold on, 350,000. I said, "Dog," I said, "You might want to, know when you want to take some profit," because he just watching the account run up. And he talked crazy, like, "Bro, I'm about to leave school." I'm like, "Bro, you got a semester or 2 left. Like, don't just act like you ain't even got it." You know what I'm saying? Take about 30-40% out, put it into the utility crypto XRP that I was talking about. And he did that. And like I said, the rest is history. He's up now, and like I'm proud of him. That's like I said, it's my brother. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. So how'd you get into crypto?
So I got into crypto back in. Well, actually, the first time I learned about crypto was like 2017. So I was still in school, and I was in the engineering lab, and I seen some kids or some students. They was clapping, looking at some charts. And I'm just like, what they clapping for? But they was hype. Like 2017, this is when Bitcoin, went to the thousands. It was like hundreds and went to the thousands, and they clapping, going crazy. And I'm like, what they clapping for? So I, that was the first time I seen it, but I didn't invest into it.
Yeah.
2 years down the road, I actually tapped into it in 2019. So I've been in this for 6 years. I got my first purchase of Bitcoin in 2019. And then I got some other cryptos as well, XRP, XLMs, your chain links. Yeah, that was the first time I got into crypto was 2019. So yeah, yeah.
So how's it been for you since you got in early 2019? What was Bitcoin at that time?
I don't even know what Bitcoin was at that time. I know it was less than 10,000 though, because I seen it rise from like 4 to like, I think over a Christmas trip it ran from like 4 figures to 5 figures. So I was there for that. When it comes to Bitcoin, that was my first purchase. That was my first purchase for sure. But right now I like to focus on like utility cryptos, the ones that are gonna like be used for payment systems, going to be used for artificial intelligence, going to be used for the smart city, stuff like that. But Bitcoin, like I said, I'm always going to give honor to Bitcoin because it was the first one. It opened the door for everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely the grandfather of crypto. Yeah.
So, like in terms of the other cryptocurrencies that you've been looking at that you made profit from, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I think of the biggest milestone that I can remember is back in 2021. I made my first 100,000 in crypto, and just seeing that in my portfolio, that was wild. Like I felt like a millionaire. I felt like a millionaire, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. And from that point on, that's when I was like, nah, this is real because we're on the precipice of something great. Like when I made that first 100,000, that's in a speculation period where people are just buying and selling cryptos to make a profit. We haven't seen no real institutional adoption yet. We haven't seen no central banks using money on a regulatory scale yet. You know what I mean? So I think it's the first time that we're able to, as retail investors, as people who don't have billions of dollars, to be able to tap into a technology before it actually does skyrocket. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing. So
that is dope when I think about it. You made 100K before all the regulations, before everybody even knew about it. You know, that's 2021 is actually when I started first investing into crypto. You know, Ethereum.
Got you.
But that's dope, bro.
Yeah.
So now with XRP, is that like your main holder that you have?
XRP is definitely my main holder. I've been in XRP since it was right now it's $2.15. It ran up to like $3, but I've been in it since it was like 17, 16 cents. So I'm always in profit because it's like when people's like, oh, it fell from $3 to $2.15. It's like I'm still up, over 10x, 11x on my initial profit, and I've been putting in money ever since. So but yeah, XRP is my main profit. So if you learn anything today, is go ahead and get your little stash of XRP. So.
For sure. Do you dollar cost average?
I did previously.
So can you explain that to them?
Yeah. So dollar cost averaging is basically when you don't necessarily have the indicators to know exactly when to put your money in. So you'll put your money in, every week. You're throwing money in, whether it's high or whether it's low. But what I like to teach is there's certain factors like the geopolitical events. There's certain factors like you can use astrology. You can use technical analysis. There's a lot of different indicators you can use to know exactly when to put your money in. Just like a quick one that I like to tell the academy is on new moons, you'll notice that Bitcoin actually falls into the new moon. Like we just had a new moon like 2 days ago, and Bitcoin just fell from like 80 something thousand to like the lower 80,000, right? So like if you look at the new moons, that's one of my indicators to know that if we're about to go to new to full, then I know that energy is going to actually be pushing the Bitcoin. I know a lot of money is going to flow into it. So you'll see, like once you study the charts, you'll actually see there are certain ways to make money like that too.
So how did you come up with the concept that astrology has to do with cryptocurrency?
I'm just a man of cycles. I look at patterns. So like, I may not know the exact reason why the elites are putting their money in at certain times, but I do know that based on patterns that, based on the astrological placements, they're putting money in at those exact times. So a famous quote that I like to think about is J.P. Morgan. He actually said that millionaires have accountants, but billionaires have astrologers. So just let that one sit a little bit. And
say that one more time.
So J.P. Morgan, he's the richest bank in America right now, said that millionaires have accountants, but billionaires have astrologers.
So they're going based off of what they say, as above, so below.
Exactly.
All right, so let me deep dive into this. I'm interested.
Okay.
So when you say new moon, like for the viewers, what do you mean by that? And then full moon as well.
So basically, it's a moon cycle. So the moon moves in cycles. So everything moves in cycles.
Yeah.
Every 28 days, we have a different. So the new moon is when you can't see the moon up in the sky, and we have a full moon when it's the brightest it's possibly gonna be. So every 14 days, that cycle actually happens.
Okay.
That's what I mean by new moon and full moon. So, like I said, I follow a lot of astrologists. I got a lot of people in my close circle who are, who know a lot more than I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that's one of the main things when it comes to astrology. So
That's dope.
yeah, nah, it's a lot of ways to make money in different avenues, and that's one of them.
So do you do like meme coins too?
It's a tough one because I like to dabble in it, but I'll never put more than like 2% of my portfolio in it. You know what I mean? Like I'll never really teach it because
Yeah.
meme coin. I like to teach real utility coins. Like I'm not gonna teach anybody on a meme coin that somebody just created, out of thin air to make some quick money. But since it is an unregulated market right now, that is a quick way for you to make some money if you're in that Telegram before it goes live. You know what I mean?
So when you feel like it gets regulated, like
Mhm.
crypto in general, you
Yeah.
think the meme coins is done basically.
I wouldn't say it's done. I just know that it'll be a whole different avenue for people to make money. Where, like, if they have regulations tomorrow, right? And those regulations say that all U.S. based companies that have real utility crypto will be no taxes, but meme coins will have taxes. Meme coins ain't gonna be too, everybody's not gonna run the they're not gonna run the meme coins no more. Gotta pay the taxes. So
Makes sense.
so I think that once regulations come, you'll see a lot of these meme coins just go to the side. You'll see a lot of the coins because right now it's like 20,000 coins.
Oh,
But
shit,
after
I didn't know that.
regulations, I don't think it's gonna be more than maybe a couple thousand, less
Yeah.
than that, because we don't need all these coins to power the new digital world. So
Yeah. So in crypto in general, why crypto? Like for somebody, let's say our grandparents, the
Mhm.
baby boomers, they was buying crypts when it was like 5,000.
yeah.
So like if you was telling your grandmother or grandfather like why crypto, what would you say?
Why crypto? I think crypto, or right now, why crypto is because, like I said, we're right before that institutional adoption comes. Like this is gonna be a bull cycle that we have never seen before. Like all the previous bull cycles, I think we've had like three or four, maybe five. All the cycles that we've had have been without regulation and been speculation, just buy and sell for profit.
Yeah.
Them institutions coming with that real billions of dollars and trillions of dollars getting moved at the speed of light. The prices we're looking at right now is going to be unfathomable. Like it's not going to make no sense. Like so that's why I like to preach crypto now because this opportunity won't be here after you've done 5 years of research.
Yeah.
It'll be you'll be able to buy. It'll still be early, but it won't be early enough for the regulations are here.
Like catching it at the
Exactly.
$2 what XRP is now.
Exactly.
Like now it might potentially be 500
Like
or
when
1,000.
it gets to $30-$40, then people gonna want to buy because now it's on the news. Now it's like, oh, this is a good investment because it's been up, 6,000% or it's a crazy number. But you
Yeah.
could have hopped in when there was less proof, but there was more profit. Like I said,
Yeah.
we just talked about it. Like when there's less proof, there's more risk and there's more profit available. So
So get into it now. Don't wait.
facts. Get into it now, right after.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, in terms of like your job, because you still work a job,
Yep.
yeah, engineer. Where this is a Liam podcast, so
Right,
can we
right.
talk about a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So, like you said, I'm a civil engineer. Went to school for about 4.5 years. Got a co-op, and then after school, I knew I wanted to be in Florida. So I can't. Well, actually, I wanted to be in three spots. I wanted to be Florida, Texas, and California. So I noticed that California's taxes wasn't doing it,
So
and then Texas, they got seasons, and I come from seasons of Kentucky. So it's like I've already done that for 22 years, 23 years. So I wanted to go somewhere where it'd be warm and no taxes. So I came to Florida. And I'm currently working at a company where we design luxury neighborhoods all across Southwest Florida. And what I like to say is I'm not necessarily a vertical home builder,
yeah.
but I'm more of anything horizontal that you don't see is what we design. So your utility lines, your water, your sewer, your storm, everything you're asking the seller, are they near? That's what we're designing. The slopes in the road, making sure if a hurricane comes that we can design for that. So little things like that.
So is it like entitlements, basically?
Not well. We don't do the entitlement part. That's more of the land developer that we work for.
Okay.
We do more of the construction, the design, and the permitting process with the county. So those are the three main things that I do on a daily basis.
So what was like the biggest, I guess, more the most units you guys built on
The
land?
biggest, right now we're working on it's in Sarasota County. We're working on a development that is about 2,000 units. It's a mixture of single family and multifamily. Um, I'm the second in command on that neighborhood, so it'll be I want to say four or five neighborhoods, about 4 or 5 parks, and then it'll be a school right next to it. So that's the biggest one that I've seen. So
That's dope.
I've been a part
So
of.
like, is there any way like with us doing land that we could provide you with land, or like how would that work?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a way for you to get in the middle. 'Cause like I said, I've been in meetings where I've seen people write, $3 million checks and hand it over for a parcel of land, right? So like the thing with the big land developers, they're not buying land by the 2,000 acres. They might buy like land for like 25 acres here, and once they build it, they'll get some people in, some COs, some certificate of occupancy, get somebody to live there, and once they're getting paid back from that, they'll buy the next portion of land. So that's why it's like you'll never see that humongous deal unless it may be like a corporate deal.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, there's ways to get in the middle. I've actually been looking to seeing what I could possibly do, without getting in trouble. But it's like, yeah, it's definitely.
So like, if let's say I
definitely
found like 25 acres, right?
hmm
Would I bring it to the developer first, or would I bring it to you, and then you would bring it to the developer?
Yeah, so you can go either route. The beautiful thing about like real estate is your network. So like right now, I could call the client because I got his cell phone, I got his home phone. Like we've been out before together, so I could call the client right now, let him know I got a guy who has 25 acres. It's already developed, even if it could be developed or not developed. It's already developed. And yeah, you can just name your price. We know it's in a range where you've already been buying, accumulating land. So that's definitely something that could happen. Like that's nothing but a phone call. It may seem big, but that's a phone call.
Wow. Okay. So like in terms of if it's already developed, you said you guys would be putting like the water lines and stuff like that.
If it's already developed, that means that the only thing needed for the land would be for the county to come out and put meters. So like that means that the lines have already been designed. Like that, there wouldn't be no design, purpose for me if it's already developed. But there could still be a deal done. Like there's deals done all the time where we'll develop, or they'll hire us, we'll design, get it permitted, and then they'll sell the land to another home builder. That process right there is where you come.
Okay, I gotta rewatch.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see how we can run up a play because we get a couple 100,000 on them.
Yeah,
we put that into the XRP, the Bitcoin.
There you go. That's little money to them too. So like they'll give you 5-10% if that means they're going to get 2,000 homes built on that land.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So now we got the grand finale.
Yeah.
Y'all already know we did a live call about 2 weeks ago in my academy, and you killed it. A lot of people had a lot of questions. There's been a lot of comments. You guys could watch that. Once we drop this. But let's talk about it. The Iraqi dinar. Let me do the backstory before we get into it, right? So, Peter been telling me for a couple of weeks, a couple of months now, buy this Iraqi dinar. He actually gave me to play with XRP, him and Gibbs, where, I made 70, 80K. And if it keeps going up, I'll make more. But so now I'm like, anything you tell me, bro, like, I'm probably going to invest it.
Yeah.
But about a week ago, he took me and a couple of other friends that we got to dinner. And was like, listen, y'all, I need y'all to buy the Iraqi dinar right now.
Quick.
Like, do not wait. So why the Iraqi dinar?
So the main reason why I would tell somebody to get the Iraqi dinar, or why I personally got some Iraqi dinar, is because it's a low risk, high reward. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of investments you look at right now, if you buy them, crypto, I only tell people to put in what you can afford to lose, right? With the dinar, you can always exchange your money back. That's not a guarantee in crypto. You know what I mean? So with the dinar, it's like the amount of research I've done and what I've seen up to this point, they're about to go back onto the foreign exchange. They're about to go back international. And for them to do that, they're not going to be able to do it with the currency at the rate that it's at right now. It's at I think right now it's probably less than an eighth of a penny. So it's crazy. Like you get 1,300 dinar for $1 bill, right?
Say that one more time, so I don't think they really understand.
You could get 1,300 dinar, 1,300 dinar for $1 right now. And back in the 90s, it actually was flipped where Iraq was a top tier first world country, and their currency was actually 3x what our currency is right now. So back in the day, I think it was $3.30 to get one. It was $3.30 to get one Iraqi dinar. So for them to go back onto the forex, for them to do international trade, based on my research, I personally believe that they have to be reinstated on the forex and reevaluate their currency. So you're looking at a crazy jump in between that.
Let's say I buy $100 worth of Iraqi dinar, and then a week from now, wake up, they reinstate, they reevaluate the money. Yeah. Right. What does that look like?
So if you bought $100 worth of dinar, you would probably get about 90K, depending on the broker you went to. So 90,000 dinar after the reevaluation. You're looking at probably $400,000, something like that, before taxes. So
US?
That's US. So I'm looking at a 4,000x for every $100 you put in. So every $100, you're looking at 400K minimum.
That's wild.
Before taxes. Yeah.
So 1,000 would be $1 million or a couple million.
Yeah. And this ain't no financial advice, but I'm telling you, this is why I invested into it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, you know, shit, I've been telling my family, my friends. If y'all watching this and this happens before this podcast drop, like, don't ask me for nothing. Like, I told y'all already.
Yeah, it's gonna be different.
Bro.
It's one of my favorite investments for sure. Like I said, I teach a whole different variety of investments. Like I said, I'm in foreign currencies, I'm in cryptocurrencies, I'm in tokenized metals, I'm in all kinds of different stuff. So yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites though, because that low risk, high reward ratio.
And I like, since I'm in your academy, right? And I like that even in your close friends, you be posting these articles, so we are up to date on everything that you're researching. Yeah. It's like I know too, without me having to spend the hours that you're spending on the research, which is like completely dope. That's why I like your academy, bro.
That's what I appreciate. That's what I like to tell people is like, you gonna pay whether on the front end or the back end. Like you can either pay somebody who's done the research. Like when it comes to land, you can pay you because you've done the research. You've done land for 3, 4, 5 years now. You know what I mean? But you can either do that, pay up front, or you can pay on the back end and do your own research, and it costs you the same amount of time or even more at that point. So if you value time or money, I value time more. Right. So I'm gonna pay somebody. If I want to tap into land, I'm paying you. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. I'm gonna find a mentor before I look at YouTube videos for 3 years.
But, you know right, and then still might not end up doing it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So that's dope, bro. So like any game you could give, let's say an 18-year-old right now, right?
18.
He don't got that much money, but he might have some time. Like what advice would you give him?
Man, I would tell 18-year-olds. So I mean, I got a little cousin who's 18 who I just gave him some games. So what I told him was, get a source of income, get some money coming in, get some funds, and then spread that money around. Mainly, the first thing I would do was buy some dinar. That'd be the first thing I'd do. Get that out of the way, get you some dinar, because that could happen at any moment. And then what I would do is pay for a skill. Find something that you're passionate in. If you're passionate in, being a middleman, being a salesman, I would find somebody who's doing it right now at a high level. So I would tap in with you. If it's, if you want to become an engineer, I would go to school. I would find a skill because I think the main thing is you have to love what you do. You know what I mean? You got to love what you do. And once you love what you do, the passion will show up and people will come to you. You'll find your tribe, and that's when the money come in. So,
sure.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
So where can the people follow you at?
You can follow me. Personal page is Peter J, PETER .JAYYY. And then my business page is pj.enterprise _. So that's where you can find, the Millionaire Project Academy, where I talk about crypto, financial literacy, tokenized markets, the digital revolution that we're about to see, all that good stuff. So I give a lot of free game too. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you want the plan on how to flip land, you know where to come. Game change. That was it, bro.